Hey, good evening, everybody. Let's take some time to do some things I haven't done in a long time. And let's go over where some of the funding is. Maybe you all could benefit from some of this information. Listen, peace, power, and profit to all you guys out there. And I'm going to take my time and kind of go through this information and hope you all benefit from it. Let me make sure I got all my sites up. It's the first thing I'm gonna go through is the White House announces its 40 billion in American Rescue Plan investments in our workforce. I want to go over this one first. And this article, this is on the whitehouse.gov, and this article is in July 2022. It says Vice President Kamala Harris to deliver remarks. She delivered remarks at the White House and reinforced call for state and local leaders to invest American Rescue Plan funds to help more Americans secure good paying jobs. You guys need to really pay attention to this. Really pay attention to it. I'm going to do my best to share as much info as I can. So those of you who have small businesses, you're self-employed, that you all see how you benefit. Although I can't be on everybody's team, I'll try to share it live, and hopefully you got your team watching. You know, we used to have this motto on the Dagger Squad in 2017. We should say, get your team. In 2017, at this moment, there's a lot of funds out there. You all just need to get a team. Because although Monica can't, you know, it's maybe something that I may miss in between sharing some of it is someone else may be able to pick up on. You all could benefit, but for the most part, I want to definitely let you know that if you haven't been paying attention to where the funds are coming from, what avenue to look at, I'm going to share with you. Let me say this first. So many people look for funding and they say, hey, Mo, can you tell me how to get a business loan? And I always, lately I've been saying, hey, you might want to look for opportunities for your business versus just what you wanting to pay. You're just looking for money. You're just looking for money to do what you need to do. So you want to look for opportunities because what you really should be looking for is how, to let that cash flow. You want recurring revenues coming in your business. And too often when I listen to business owners speak, they just like, man, I just need this much money for my business. And if you ask them how are they going to build capital, what are they going to do, how to break those numbers down to make sure that they secure profits and really get it. So a lot of people just use the one big lump sum payment, one, as they would say, I hit a lick type of deal versus strategic putting the product or service together and revisiting their processes and procedures or what they're actually doing to stay relevant in the business world. Like a lot of times people are just, they want that one shot, one kill. They don't want to refocus, revamp, they don't want to reframe, they don't want to revisit their ideas, or maybe when they put their ideas on paper, they went after the end before the actual process. And what I mean by that is that there's opportunities for you to grow along the way, but you want the end result so quickly. Maybe you're interested in making, you created a product and you want that to be a catch-all, be-all, but you don't realize that, hey, you need to be creating alternatives to that. You need to be adding on other different ideas to that one business thought to make more money along the way, or you need to be changing with time. Your product and your services need to be changing with time. And so when you write up your business plans, that should be in your mind. When you write up your objectives, you should have your immediate objectives. You should have your 1 year, your 3 year, your 5 year. plan objectives, you shouldn't be trying to get your 5-year accomplished right now. And you just missed over everything in between, and now you're stuck, right? So here's some funds out there. This is not, I am nowhere, no way, shape, or form being political. What I am being is business oriented, and I want to share information in reference to business and where the money is. Okay. So let me share this article, and then I'm going to show you where some of this stuff is at. It says on Wednesday, the White House will announce over $40 billion in American Rescue Plan funds have been committed to strengthening and expanding our workforce. White House officials will highlight top American Rescue Plan workforce best practices from governors, mayors, and county leaders across the country, and call on more government officials and private sector leaders to expand investments in our workforce. Vice President Kamala Harris will deliver remarks kicking off a half-day White House summit. Since passage of the law, states, localities, community colleges, and local organizations have leveraged American Rescue Plan resources to deliver training, expand career paths, encourage more registered apprenticeships, provide retention and hiring bonuses in critical industries, and power efforts to help underdeserved Americans and those who face barriers to employment secure jobs. All right, I want to start right here. This right here. Resources to deliver training. Resources to deliver training, expand career paths, and encourage more registered apprenticeships, provide retention and hiring bonuses in critical industries, empower efforts to help underdeserved Americans who face barriers to employment and secure jobs. All right. All right. Let's deal with the first part. Well, let me just keep going and I'll come back. How about that? Let's keep going. I want to read the whole thing and then I'll come back. These investments in the workforce, along with American Rescue Plan's direct payroll support that has saved or restored jobs across a broad set of industries, have contributed to a record 9 million jobs added since President Biden took office, in the fastest and strongest jobs recovery in American history. The half-day White House Summit on the American Rescue Plan and the workforce will feature remarks from Vice President Harris and Secretary of Labor Martha Walsh, a session on State American Rescue Plan workforce investments with North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper and Pennsylvania Governor Tim Wolf, as well as panels of mayors, county leaders, and labor and community leaders on their model Rescue Plan workforce program. Keyword, this is going to be very important to some of you all who have companies, and definitely if you have employees. The summit will focus on 3 major areas of American Rescue Plan investments. So let's talk about it. Building a diverse and skilled infrastructure workforce. President Biden and Vice President Harris have launched the administration's infrastructure talent pipeline challenge to encourage immediate partnerships by public and private sectors to ensure we have a diverse and strong workforce needed to help rebuild our infrastructure and supply chains here at home with the bipartisan infrastructure law bill. Today's session will focus on innovative programs to meet this challenge, like the DC Infrastructure Academy, with a special focus on pre-apprenticeship programs funded by the American Rescue Plan. Pre-apprenticeship programs play a critical role in diversifying the talent pipeline by training, placing, and retaining workers through registered apprenticeships, which the North Americans Building Trades Union has cited as having a return on investment for employees as much as $3 for every dollar invested. All right, so that session featured the DC mayor, Kentucky mayor, Los Angeles County supervisor, the Franklin County commissioner, and the NABTU special needs assistant. Let's keep going. All right, the second panel, strengthening our care and public health workforce. The pandemic exposed fragile and importance of our care economy. As part of an unprecedented commitment to a stronger care workforce, the American Rescue Plan contains significant investments in public health and the care economy that will help provide better pay and career opportunities for care workers and make it easier for workers with child and other responsibilities to join and stay in the workforce. U.S. prime age labor force participation has fallen behind that of its competitors, in part due to the lack of family-friendly policies. Studies show that access to care can be in part in detriment of whether workers are able to join or remain in the labor force. Millions. Oh, I'm not sharing. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not even sharing. Maybe I am sharing. Okay. I thought I wasn't sharing, but I guess I am sharing. Okay. Millions of families rely on paid and elder care to work, while millions more struggle to afford or find available care. The demand for child and elder care remains high and will only grow, with a projected need for over 1 million additional home care workers over the next decade. Studies have shown that quality pathways for nursing aides leads to better outcomes, patients, and workers. American Rescue Plan is helping deliver support for quality pathways for essential jobs. All right. So boom, they had that session. Now that was the healthcare workers. Expanding access to workforce for underdeserved populations. This one right here, pay attention. American Rescue Plan funds are being used to recruit more Americans facing barriers to employment, homelessness, disability, prior criminal justice involvement, and giving them pathways into the workforce. More than 600,000 people leave prison every year and confront significant challenges in accessing and sustaining stable, meaningful employment. In 2018, the study estimated that 4 million incarcerated individuals experienced an unemployment rate of over 27%, exponentially higher than the overall national unemployment rate. Investments in expanding access to the workforce strengthen our economy by increasing labor force participation and tapping into the potential of more Americans. And research shows that certain programs, such as comprehensive reentry programs and summer youth employment programs, can significantly reduce crime. All right, let's keep the party rolling. To date, the administration has worked with states, localities, and other American Rescue Plan recipients to identify over $40 billion in American Rescue Plan funds being utilized to strengthen and expand our workforce. Over $13 billion in American Rescue Plan workforce investment commitment or proposed by over 1,000 plus states, local, tribal, and territorial governments. Yes, you did hear that correctly. Let me see. Over $9 billion in state and local fiscal recovery funds are proposed investments in the workforce program. This includes hundreds of new workforce development and retention programs, including innovative partnerships with labor groups and other organizations to train and support a diverse workforce for good paying jobs, as well as premium paid programs for essential workers. Pay attention. If I was you, I would be Googling my state. I would be Googling my state workforce program because there's money for you to train the people within your workforce for you to get funds. Over $2 billion in child care stabilization state grants used to increase compensation for child care workers, strengthening workforce development and retention. States have directed or incentivized a commitment of at least $2 billion from child care stabilization program grants developed to child care workers in the form of higher pay, hiring, or retention bonuses, or other expanded benefits to date, reducing turnover, attracting new workers, and improving the quality, affordability, and availability of care options that enable parents to work. $2 billion in Centers for Disease Control and Prevention grants to prevent public health workforce. Emergency funding for public health departments is expected to add thousands of new positions, including 2,400 new school health staff. Over $16 billion in Medicaid and Department of Health and Human Services funds for the care and healthcare workforce. Over $9 billion of home and community-based services funds proposed for workforce. These include state plans to increase the pay and benefits of direct support professionals, train workers, and recruit, retain, and expand the workforce to meet the needs of Americans on the home and community-based service wait lists and family caregivers. Pay attention and put in your state. Because I'm going to show you what's going on in the Carolinas. I can't speak for your states, but I could definitely tell you what's going on in the Carolinas and where all this money is at and how we're benefiting. Over $7 billion in health workforce investments funded by HHS programs. These funds support staffing needs to respond to COVID-19 pandemic, as well as long-term investments to strengthen the health workforce and build capacity. These historical investments are recruiting, training, retaining tens of thousands of additional public health workers over the next several years, including the first ever Public Health American Corps program, which will train a new generation of public health leaders and includes 3,000 Corps members in its first year. Keep the party rolling. I'm telling y'all where the money is located. Over $12 billion in American Rescue Plan educational funds to strengthen K through 12 educated workforce and expand workforce credentials. Over $7 billion in elementary and secondary school emergency relief fund to keep schools open safe, combat learning loss, and address mental health, or plan to be spent on recruiting, retaining, and training school staff. Districts are expected to spend other funds on workforce efforts, including career and technical education that will help students succeed in the workforce. States across the country are also using a portion of the funds to build the pipeline of education workers and provide career and technical education. Additional funds are supporting the hiring and the avoidance of layoff of school staff. At least $5 billion to help students to stay on track to graduate and enter the workforce in additional credentials. American Rescue Plan's Higher Education Emergency Relief Fund provide over $40 billion to colleges and their students, including to support learning and career training. Community colleges receive $10 billion, with roughly $5 billion of these funds provided directly to students, allowing them to stay on track for graduation and enter the workforce with additional qualifications. Y'all need to know where the money is. I'm sharing it. I'm sharing it. Hold these people accountable. It's coming out in the Carolinas. I don't know if you guys are checking your state. In addition to investment outlined above, over $3 billion in additional competitively awarded American Rescue Plan funding will be invested in the upcoming months, including, here we go, 2022. CDC will award $3 billion through a new first of its kind American Rescue Plan funded grant program to strengthen the future public health workforce, including offering community health workers and other hired for COVID-19 response support and continuing their careers as public health professionals beyond the pandemic. Keyword, training. The Economic Development Administration will announce 25 to 50 grants through the 500 million Good Jobs Challenge to build and strengthen workforce systems that bring together employers and other key entities to train workers with in-demand skills that lead to good paying jobs. Let me put a pin right here. If you're a career professional, you worked on a job, you know do's and don'ts, you know how to come up with policies, you understand what employees need to be successful in these particular career fields. At this point in your career, you should be creating programs. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a few minutes. If you don't know, you got to think programmatic. The money is out there. I'm going to show you where it is at. I just showed you. All right, summaries of the American Rescue Plan best practices in the workforce investments highlighted by state and local leaders at the White House Summit. Here we go. North Carolina is committing the American Rescue Plan funds to address the barriers holding back workers and expanding opportunities for careers in high growth fields offering good wages. Governor Roy Cooper will expand the explain that North Carolina is leading the way with innovative investments to increase compensation for care economy workers and establish and expand work-based learning opportunities in critical sectors. To improve recruitment and retention in career fields, the state is leveraging the American Rescue Plan child care stabilization program grants to incentivize and fund increased compensation for tens of thousands of child care workers in the state, reducing overturn and increasing the strength of the workforce, investing over $200 million annually, utilizing American Rescue Plan enhanced home and community-based services funded to increase wages for direct care workers. We just got that grant today. They just sent it. A friend of mine has a direct care program. North Carolina is also using American Rescue resources to establish a new direct care job innovative fund that will support initiatives that improve recruitment and retention among direct care workforce, including training opportunities and workforce support. Further, the state is investing American Rescue Plan funds in key workforce efforts, including establishing work-based learning programs, supporting small businesses, helping individuals who are just as involved or in substance use recovery entering the workforce, as well as filling in critical infrastructure supply chain jobs by investing in expanding truck driver training, apprenticeship in its high demand fields, and work-based learning program in construction trades across the North Carolina community college system. This one right here. This one, work-based learning programs supporting small businesses. Work-based learning programs to support small businesses. Preaching better than y'all clapping. Go on and hit that like button, you guys. Hit that like button. Build diversity and skilled infrastructure workforce. All right, so here's Washington, D.C. They decide they're expanding its DC Infrastructure Academy to fill growing DC infrastructure jobs. The mayor there will describe DC Infrastructure Academy, which is the key initiative in her administration launched in 2018 to meet the need for skilled infrastructure professionals in the district. The school coordinates, trains, screens, recruits residents to fulfill the need of the DC infrastructure industry, matching graduates to infrastructure jobs with leading companies in this high demand field. The city is investing over $4 million to expand the program in preparation for the upcoming demand infrastructure workers as a result of bipartisan infrastructure law. Now, DC, they don't look like they including the small businesses in their efforts, but I don't know. Maybe you could check with their with their workforce to see if they have some opportunities for the small businesses in DC. Let's see what Los Angeles is working with. Los Angeles has invested $10 million in the Bolster High Road Training Partnership and its Worker Equity Fund. So the supervisor there will describe LA's County Rescue Plan investment to enhance training programs in high demand sectors such as construction, transportation, warehouse, manufacturing, technology, and more, with an American Rescue Plan investment in high road training partnerships. Bring together industry, education, training providers, labor, and community groups. Let me say this. Again, if you guys have a skill set and you know how to put programs together, or you really that good and you could put a program together, you should approach a training program to your workforce and tap into some of this money. Okay. The pre-apprenticeship program deploys in Los Angeles, Orange County, building trades council, multi-craft core curriculums, and spans 8 to 10 weeks and aims to enroll at least 480 individuals in their high road training partnership with at least 350 individuals hired in permanent employment. This is part of Los Angeles' largest workforce development plan, which includes reducing workforce barriers for the youth, enhancing job placement programming for justice-involved individuals, and those experiencing homelessness, rapid re-employment, as well as worker equity fund that provides supporting services and flexible cash assistance for participants in the county's workforce programs to mitigate barriers to successful participation. I like how they say that now. Justice involved individuals. They're talking about the reentry folk. Keyword, if you have a reentry program, you need to understand they're not saying reentry no more. They're saying justice involved individuals. All right. That's why you have to stay up on your terminology. And sometimes reading through this stuff help you figure it out. All right. So here's Ohio. Franklin County is committed over $11 million in state and local funds to support a number of job training assistance programs, including $2 million towards the Build the Future apprenticeship program. So you could go check them out. Oh, let me read this one. I ain't gonna bypass them. All right, so the commissioner will explain the county's investment in building the future, a 12-week program designed to help low-income Franklin County residents pursue careers in the skilled construction trades, including electrical work, ironwork, carpentry, painting, plumbing, and more, with a focus on recruiting populations that have been historically underrepresented in trades. More than half of the program graduates are TANF eligible when they first enroll. Most graduate have gone to become apprentices and are earning an average of over $22 an hour plus benefits, with some earning as much as $30 and $40 an hour. The program, which has developed in partnership with the Columbus Central Ohio Building and Construction Trades Council, Columbus NAACP, and Columbus Urban League, provides both hard skills training, including safety certifications and trade-specific instructions, as well as soft skills training, including interpersonal skills and financial literacy, as well as a weekly stipend. You guys better get on the ball. There's some people out there. Man, whew, okay. Keep it going, Monica. Don't get mad. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You guys can create these programs as well. I'm going to show you how. Participants are also eligible to receive supporting services offered through the Build Futures in the average amount of $1,200 to $1,500 to $2,500, depending on the personal need, individual needs, to help address barriers like transportation, housing, childcare, and more. At the end of each cohort, participants complete an interest assessment to progress directly into a building trade apprenticeship program. The county also runs an American Rescue Plan funded Driving Futures program, which falls critically needed positions as licensed drivers in Central Ohio's construction industry. All right. So then we have Louisville. Let me see what all states are on here. And then I could kind of go into and say what I need to say. You got Louisville, Kentucky. Let's see, you got North American Build Trades Union. You have Ramsey County, Minnesota. You got Erie County, New York. You have Manchester, New Hampshire. The Community Rise Together Initiative. Service Employees International Union. Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis one. Yes, indeed. You have Harris County, Texas. And then you have Milwaukee. Who else? You got Syracuse, New York. Gatlin County, Montana. Vermont, Maine, Wilmington, Delaware, Nassau County, New York, San Francisco, California, Mescalero Apache Tribe. You got Colorado, California, West Virginia, Georgia. Okay, I know somebody from Georgia on here. Let me go and talk about that one. Georgia will increase compensation for home and community-based healthcare workers and expand training opportunities. The state plans to use the rescue plans to strengthen existing home and community-based services by increasing rates, conducting a state rate for service provided in 1915 waivers, and engaging in workforce development and training. Georgia will expand its HCBS training and workforce development programs, including collaborating with Georgia's technical college system to strengthen the certified nursing assistance program and expand provider capacity. Get with those programs, you may have some training. Chicago, Illinois. Brandon's on here. Let me read where their money is. Chicago, Illinois is getting people back to work and building a healthcare career ladder. The city invested $56 million to hire local vaccine ambassadors, contact tracers, supervisors, and provide with the broader healthcare training. Man, I would have created a contact tracer program. The Earn and Learn program is building a community-based health workforce, building skills of residents in communities most experiencing economic hardship in the healthcare jobs we need. while supporting critical health needs in the communities today. More than 800 individuals have been hired through this program, with 90% of the individuals residing in the community areas high or medium income hardship. New York, New York, San Diego, California, Rochester, New York, Kansas, Connecticut, the Family Scholar House in Kentucky, the Cobb County, that's in Georgia, the Association of Asian Pacific Community Health Organizations, Vermont Trauma Resilience and Equity Education at Vermont University, Loma Linda University, Hudson Headwaters Health New York Network in Queensboro, New York, Maine, Michigan, Delaware. Some of y'all states I ain't heard from them yet. Deschutes County, Oregon, Alabama. Let's see what Alabama talking about. Oh, they only give out child care grant money. The state of Alabama is awarding bonus payments to over 10,000 child care workers with child care stabilization grant funds provided in the American Rescue Plan. Alabama is providing quarterly payments of $1,500 for full-time staff and $750 for part-time staff up to 2 years. Man, y'all should have no child care problems in Alabama. The state of Kansas, Wisconsin, Detroit, Michigan, Kane County, Washington, Bridgeport, Cincinnati, Seattle, Washington, Baltimore, Maryland, Portland, Oregon, Buffalo, New York, Salt Lake County, Utah, Cook County, Illinois. Brandon's gone, so I don't have to worry about that one. Deloach, Stir, New Jersey, Maine, who else? Los Angeles County, California, Boston, Massachusetts, Iowa, and well, that's them for right now. I know we got some funds, so I'm gonna share what we just received. Let's see. That's part of it. So there's some more. I'll be able to find it in a second where the rest of the money is gone. So we just received one. So the Employment Recovery Disaster, the Employment Recovery and Disaster Recovery Dislocated Workers Grant. So these are no, these are the old ones. So I don't want to go to these. Oh, but let me show you something. I'm gonna since I got this up, and these are the abstract. This is a good way for you to learn how to write a program, right? I'm gonna show you. Let me see. I don't want to use well, I guess I got to use a disaster since I'm west where I'm at. I wanted to use one of the career ones. Let me scroll down and let me see. Employment recovery. I think I'm going to go through it and see which one is more appropriate, but let's do, I want to show you. I want to open one and I'm going to show you how you can use this stuff as a guide to kind of get your thoughts flowing on what you could do. Which one was I going to use? Let me see. Who do I want to use? Let's use this one. I see something. All right. Okay, this is not giving me a lot because it's probably for the whole County. Oh, access denied. Let me go. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go to the grant types, and then let's do this one. Dislocated workers. And then, let me see. I want to do job training. And then I want them to give me the abstracts. So these are the recipients. Let's do I'm going to, okay. Let's do this one. Labor and employment. These are the states, so they're not gonna give me everything I'm looking for. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, y'all, my bad. I had to answer the phone. Let me see. I wanna what I wanna do. I wanna get it's some information. I'm gonna get it though. Hold on. Let me dig in here a little bit. Let me dig in here a bit because I want to use this as an example. But I don't want to use the agencies because I want to see. Okay, let me go back. I want to I'll find it. Just bear with me for a second. I want to show you how to break out, how to work, how to come up with the information you need to write a grant. What's up, Tony? Peace, power, and profit to everybody in the chat. And I hope that you're using the information for benefit and not finding a way to determine how to write yourself out. Okay. So let's try something. Okay. Okay, they kind of have it summed up to one page. But I could use this. I could make this work. I could kind of make it work for me. They changed it up a little bit. I'll go through each one of them and I'll kind of see what I'm looking for. They kind of got it based into one summary, but I can break this out for what I need. I was hoping to get, I may have to go in the archive and get what I'm looking for. That's what I may have to do because I want you to be successful. I mean, this is cool too. I just have to write it up. It's going to make me do a little bit more work than I really anticipated doing, but it's all good. I could still make it happen. Let me see if they have some archives and I could look up and I could really help you develop some of this information. Let's see. Let's look up. Um, let's look up this right here. Oh boy. Let me see. That one pager is fine. I just want you to start learning how to train your thoughts on what they're looking for so that you could become one of these trainers and you could get some of these funds and train the people. Yep. Okay. Let me see if I can break this out right here. Make this better. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So what I'm looking for, and I want one that's already written. They may not, and usually I could get it from right here, but look like they summed it up on one page. So what I may have to do, okay, I have to do a little digging, but it's okay. I could do it. I'm gonna get what I want. Let me just see what they got available. Let me see what this support act. Did I click on that? I think I clicked on that. See, I want the one where it's been given to organizations more than the government agencies. And then I want to show you. So they kind of changed up what information they're providing to us, but it's all good. One point I just took my time and I went through each individual one until I got what I wanted. It's cool. I can okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I can still share what I'm looking for. I just have to create the template live. And then we could go from there. It's cool. It's all good. It could still be done. I just want to see if I could find something that I won't have to work too hard. But it's probably prior to it's in the earlier years, and that means I'd have to go in the archives and get what I'm looking for. That's a good example. What I want to show you is that you could actually use your you could come up with a training. You have to come up with a training for your job. And so the first thing I would probably tell you to do, okay, I think I'm gonna have to do this my way real quick. Let me look at something else. Yeah, so it's cool. It's giving me the one pagers, but I think I can make it work with this. I think I can make it work with this. I'm gonna I'll copy this out and show you how to make it work with this. All right. So let me go back and let's do this. Um Let's do this. Workforce opportunity. Grant. I should have did. Okay, let's do this. I can't find it for all y'all, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the Carolina one. All right. And they're providing opportunity, they're providing funds to train. And these are the people that fall under adults, dislocated workers, and the youth. And then, hold on. Now let's see, how do I want to tackle this drama? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Collaborative initiatives. Let's go here. And then workforce seminars, businesses and professions in the workforce. So we want to, because there's an opportunity for you to partner with the workforce folk and for you to provide these trainings. So here are the programs. So yours, you have to look in your state and see the program. So it says services of work centers are coordinated on a local basis by SC Work Center operators who is selected by the local Workforce Development Board. So boom. So the Workforce Innovative Opportunity Act, right? They have 6 partnerships, 6 core partners, right? They have the Adult Education and Literacy Act program. They have the Rehabilitation Act Title I programs. They have the Wagner Picer Act Employment Services. And then they have the WIOA Adult Dislocated Worker and Youth programs. The center may offer additional services. They may vary in each region depending on the availability of the area. Several agencies and resources housed in the work center that assist in workforce processes, right? So each of these, even though they have these, you can also partner with them, try to partner with them to provide a training, but you have to create the training, right? You have to create the training. Let me see. So those are partnership opportunities that you have with them, but you have to go through your workforce in your state. And then let me see. I have this one right here. I'll show you just what was just released. This was just released in our state, and this was coming from a part of the American Rescue Plan money. So they're giving one-time workforce retention payments to individuals who are in the healthcare area. So if you're in the Carolinas, in South Carolina in particularly, and you service, let me go to it. Have to go to the write-up. Uh-oh. I have to go back because it doesn't show it right there. Let me show you in the email right here. If you service right here, bam. Let me make it bigger. right? So right here. So if you're in the Carolina and you are a qualified in-home case manager or adult day service provider, right? You qualify for this one-time retention payment. All right. So to be eligible, the payment must be used to support retention and growth of direct care workers who deliver the home health care based service waivers services. Right? These payments will be available to providers who render services to Medicaid members who participate in the following waivers: community choice, community support, head and spinal injury, HIV and AIDS, intellectual disability and related disabilities, mechanical ventilator dependent, medically complex child, or paramedic coordinated system of care for children. So these areas right here, if you're in Carolina, right now, if you submit this application by December 1st, this is the app right here. Put in the owner's first and last name, the provider name, the type, you got your Medicaid number, your address, email, phone number, and boom, they're asking you for I think you have to, let me go back one. It's paid fees for services, claims, services through the services that you do from 19 to 22. You got to be in good standing. And then you got to agree to not stop providing services. So, and then what they're looking for, you have some type of little calculation, but you would know what that is. Some type of little fee-based calculation. You know, once you're in the active status, you enrolled, you're in good standing. You don't have no outstanding recruitments or anything like that. And then it's going to be based on your expenditures for services. So you can call Department of Health and Human Services and find out how you need to have this application in by December the 1st, though. So call South Carolina Department of Human Services. If you haven't received the application in your email, you might want to give them a call. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Brother African Emporium. You may want to give them a call. So when they put out this right here, listen, a lot of this stuff got shifted down through the states to local government, and they've shifted it down through the agencies. You may want to find out in your state how you could benefit, because I'm telling you, this is our second. They didn't release 3 grants for us, the nonprofits and the small businesses here in Carolina. And I can't speak for your state, but you can look it up and you can find out what's going on and where the funding is. And there were small business grants and everything that you could have applied for, but you have to look in your state. Let me see. I could put in American Rescue. I mean, even housing repair or housing assistance. If you guys need rental assistance or utilities, that money came through American Rescue Plan as well, and it's available. Tap in if you need it. Tap in if you need it. American Rescue Plan grants for small businesses in 2022. Let's see what comes up. You know, it's so much. So different states are doing different things. You know, Community First Accelerated Grant. Let's see if it's still available throughout the U.S. Supporting small businesses. Let's see. Look, it's so much, man. I don't even know where to start. Like, you got to kind of stay up on it in your states But through the American Rescue Plan, there was a lot of money pushed out for small businesses. You just have to find out if your state pushed out the funds. So King County, California, Waterford, Connecticut, they did. Cuyahoga County, Ohio. Downriver, riverfront communities in Michigan. They have the small business grants. Federal Home Loan Bank of Chicago, Community First Accelerated Grant. So Chicago and Wisconsin, there's going through a bank. Let's see who else. All right, that's it on that one. So you got to use good use case business going on. You could benefit. You could benefit. You just have to get out here and do some research. It's not difficult because this is like, we talked about how they pump money. Hey, listen, they still pumping money. Why you playing? They are still giving out money, honey. This is no secret. This is no secret. I'm going to look for I don't know, my internet going crazy because it's not letting me move forward. Not letting me move forward. It's stuck. It's stuck. If you go to some of your school board your county council meetings, you'll find out where's some money at there as well. It's down in the local levels. If you guys don't go, you're not going to benefit. Gotta think programmatic though. Why this thing is stuck. Let's see. Let me put it back in. Small business grant. So see, a lot of my stuff is going to come up for Carolina, because look at Carolina Small Business Chamber of Commerce. Use American Rescue Plan Act funds to promote entrepreneurship and business contracts for minorities and women. Right? These are the different areas. If you're a member of the Chamber of Commerce, you would have got some of this information and how some of these funds are going out. Business grants. They got their little business grants that they gave out. It's so many moving parts that you have to kind of stay up in your area. Let's see with the Treasury Department. So there's some small business money out there. It's all good. I'm going to look at it. Small business tax credit programs. You listen, not just the employee retention credit. If you paid some leave, you get that credit as well to small businesses. That was their way of giving businesses money back. If you had employees, that was your way of getting money back right there. Then you had the Emergency Capital Investment Program, supports efforts of low and moderate income communities and financial institutions. Let's see what they're talking about. And then, of course, they did the PPP. Let's look at this one. I'm not familiar with this one. Emergency Capital Investment Program, supporting the efforts of low and moderate income community financial institutions. It was established by the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021. The Emergency Capital Investment Program was created to encourage low and moderate income community financial institutions, augmented their efforts to support small businesses and consumers in their communities. So if you got a small bank in your community, right, you need some capital. You got a good use case. You got cash flow flowing in and out of your business accounts. Hey, holla at them. You might get you nice little grant, possibly even a loan. Who knows? I don't know which one that you're most interested in, but the opportunity is there. And some of the arguments that are being made, if you don't have nobody sharing information, man, your arguments are null and void. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They pushing out so much money, man, to the lowest level. Look at this. September 21st, Department of Treasury announced that it has more than 8.28 billion of investments in 162 community institutions across the country through the Emergency Capital Investment Program. These funds will support efforts of community financial institutions to provide loans, grants, and other assistance to small and minority-owned businesses and consumers, especially in low income and financially underdeserved communities that struggle during the COVID crisis. Man, you guys better, y'all looking for funding. I am sharing where it is. I'm gonna go to the restroom and come back and I'm gonna show you what paperwork you need, how to get this stuff together, how to get your stuff in order. Give me a couple seconds. Let's see the list. Oh, darn it, it's a state-by-state breakdown. Let's see the state-by-state breakdown. There you go. All right, what state y'all in? Thank you so much, Brother African Emporium, for the Cash App. Appreciate you so much. I'm gonna look at the state I'm in. You guys can look at the state you're in. Let's see. Treasurer awarded in South Carolina. Let's see. Oh, yep, they talked about this bank the other night. Look at that. We had a business information session. They talked about that bank. They talked about that bank the other night. They said, hey, you better go to Optus Financial Corporation in Columbia. You can get you a couple dollars. Somerville, Aiken. These are Rev Federal Credit Union and Security Federal Corporation. Look how much money, man. I'm gonna let that sink in. I try to tell people, listen, y'all better. I know. Y'all saying y'all don't want to do business with the government. Y'all don't want no funding. Well, guess what? Everybody else is getting the money. You might as well go on and get you some too. Listen, 70 million. I bet they ain't even tipped the surface, because I promise you, there's a whole lot of businesses that have no clue. There's a whole lot of businesses in Columbia right now have no clue that this company is giving out some funds. Matter of fact, let me text somebody right now. Let me text them right now, because they need some funding. Man, listen. Hold on, guys. I have to send a screenshot. Gotta send this to someone, because I promise you, they don't come. Some people don't have a tolerance for when you doing workshops. They be like, oh, I don't have time. I have this and I have that. If you've been sitting in that workshop, you'd have known this bank was giving out some funding. And especially you have a vibrant business. You know, some of y'all may not have, y'all hanging from a string because y'all probably not even doing the right thing. Y'all ain't filing taxes and none of that stuff. Y'all not even doing it the right way to get the help. Yeah, not y'all. I'm not talking to y'all, okay? I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to the people who actually got business. Who doing business. Let me see. Let me go back. Let me see who else. Hey, throw a state out. Let me see. Somebody threw a state out early. Kansas. I think. Let's see. Let me see who else I hear in there. Threw a state out so I can look up your state. Texas. Somebody threw out Texas. Texas. Hey, listen, and I'm sharing the information for you all to take. And if you could facilitate it better on your channel, please, by all means, take the information. Do what you got to do. I'm not selfish. I share stuff all the time. I share the information because I don't want to do the work for you. All right. Here is Texas. Here are all the banks in Texas that's giving out, that has money, that has funding, small business, community development projects. Here you go. It's the Texas list. And here's some more. Here's some more. They got it available for you. They got it available for you all. All right, let me go back. Brother AE say DC. Let's see all DC. Let's see what DC got. Here we go. District of Columbia. I'm gonna leave this one on the screen. You got 2 federal credit unions. They got some monies. 2 federal credit unions that got some monies. Got some monies right there. DC Federal Credit Union, IBW Financial Corporation. Screenshot it, take a picture. Let me go back and get Virginia. And I'm gonna go to the restroom and then I'll be right back. Before I go to the restroom, I'll let something play in the background. Something. And here is Virginia, who has funding available in Virginia. Let me pause it. Let me play something real quick in the background.
Happening in the macro world.
Let me see what's going on out there so I can play something you guys can listen to while I go to the restroom real quick.
When I started my business in 2000.
Let's see what's going on. You might be passing.
Little time to take a look at our trending ticker today, and we're looking at competing LiDAR makers, Ouster and Velodyne. Both of these actually moving in different directions, I should point out. Ouster up or down about 7%. Velodyne up about 2.5% after the companies announced an agreement to merge. The move comes as both firms see their stock prices plummet and fail to turn a profit. LiDARs provide critical sensors to self-driving cars, but many firms, including Ford and Volkswagen, have scaled back their ambitions as autonomous vehicle technology has struggled to take hold. Under the deal signed Friday, Velodyne and Ouster will maintain a 50% stake in the new firm that's going to be led by Ouster's founder and CEO, Angus Pacala. Velodyne shareholders will receive roughly 0.82 shares of Ouster for each Velodyne share they hold. The deal is expected to close in the first half of next year. We're coming up on the other side. We are talking midterms and money. What are investors watching ahead of Election Day? We'll discuss on the other side after this short break.
Okay, y'all. All right. I'm back. I am back. All right, so now that was a good break for me. Let me see if anybody put any other states in the chat. Let's see if anybody put any other states in the chat. Yes. Not out of nowhere. They got that money. Listen, they got that money. That money is chilling. Let's see. I'm gonna look Alabama. So I know somebody there. Bam, these are all the banks. These are all the banks that have some funding. Listen, this was the Consolidated Appropriations Act 2021. I bet all these banks ain't sending all that money out. That these banks ain't use all of that money because most people don't even know it. And the ones who did know already benefited from it. I'm just saying. This is the piece. See, we knew about the PPP. Everybody knew about the PPP. We tapped in on the PPP, and some people know about the business tax credit, but a lot of individuals, that whole banking piece, went over some people's head. Let's look at this one. Assistance for the American families and workers. Let me see if I didn't miss something right here. COVID-19 public health crisis resulting in economic crisis have created a variety of challenges for families across the country and changed the way we all live and work. The Treasury Department is providing critical assistance to individuals and their families, ensuring people have the opportunity to keep their families safe, thriving at work and home. Let's see what y'all did then. All right. Yep. We know y'all gave us a stimulus packet. Let's see what else y'all did. American Unemployment, American Rescue Plan, Extended Employment Assistance. Yep. We know about that one. Tax credit. Yep. We know about that one. That was the $300 a month. Emergency rental assistance. Yep. We did that one. All right. So boom. Yeah. And that one is still going on. Unable to pay their rent or utilities. Yeah, that one's still going on. So some people, you guys may have gotten that. Let's see what else. The Treasury Department out here giving out. They're giving out that good, y'all. It's some policy issues. Listen, they gave out some good funding. I don't know if you didn't tap into it. Let's look at the tax policy and make sure we ain't missed nothing. Make sure I can get some taxes out of this. I definitely got to come back and look at that one. Got to see how I benefit from the tax part. I'll come back and check that one out. Let's see, economic policy. We just looked at that one. Yeah, we good on that one. Let me see what else I can get at default. Small business. All right, so we did State Small Business Credit Initiative. State Small Business Credit Initiative support state programs, turn into use of funds to support private sector loans and investments in small businesses and small manufacturers that are credit worthy but are not able to access capital. They need to expand and create jobs. So expand and create jobs. This is a key. That's key for getting into some of those programs. Small business lending funds. I just told you about that one. Community-based financial institutions. Yeah, we just talked about that one. So, yeah. Office of Small Business Disadvantaged Business Utilization, Access Council. Yeah, we got that. Yep. Yeah, those are the certifications. But I don't know. Are they contract? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see what they got doing. The Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization assist, counsel, and advise small businesses of all types. Yeah, I know that. Y'all ain't giving them no money, are y'all? Let me make sure. Yeah, but what contracts? I already know about that part. I could do certifications. I'm talking about this capital. We trying to get to the bag. Where is the money? Where are the grants that everyone else is getting? I already know about that. All right, so let me switch gears. Do I want to do that now? Maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna do that in the early morning when I'm fresh. Fresh, 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 fresh. State Small Business Credit Initiative. Did I do this one? Small Business Lending Fund. Oh, I think I did this one already. Small Business Jobs Act, Small Business Lending Fund. Treasury invested $4 billion and 330. Yep, we talked about that one. Community, yep, we talked about that one. Okay. All right. All right. So I told y'all where to go get y'all some dollars at. Thank you, Brother African Emporium. Community Development Loan Funds. Let me see. All right. I think that okay. I think I want to go back to I wanted to show y'all because oh man, what should I do? It's 8:00. I want to show you. It's not very. It's some. Oh man. Okay, I'm conflicting right now. I'm conflicted. I want to show what you need when you go in there, what they're going to ask you for. You got to make sure you have it. All right, so let's do this. I'll use Google Doc. I'll use Google, right? Google is your friend. Google gives you a lot of free things. So the first thing I'm going to go to is Sheets on Google, right? So if you're going to go after anything, you got to make sure you have these documents, right? So we're going to go to a blank spreadsheet. And if you don't have an accounting system, this is why it's important for you to get accounting systems. Let me Google that real quick before I go there, because you could already have this stuff. But you have to have. Let's see. I'm gonna do small business accounting systems, accounting softwares, whatever. Let's look them up. It's so much stuff out there. Uh-oh. I need some water. Hold on. Gotta give me some water. Whew. We need some water. Talking a lot. Let's see. So many. Let's see if they give a list. I always should get the desktop version because you could get the app. Let's go to Investopedia and let's see which ones they point out on the Investopedia. Oh man. Because you have to start having this stuff ready available so you could be ready. Here we go. Here's 5. You got QuickBooks Online, Micro Business Owners, Xero. You got service-based, FreshBooks. You got part-time freelancers, QuickBooks Self-Employed, and you got Wave. And look, Wave is free. Let's look at this. Since some of y'all don't want to spend no money, let's look at Wave. It's free. Is it free? Maybe you get up to it. What it is it probably give you up to a certain amount. You do invoices, you can set payments, you can track income and expenses. Now, I fall off the bus with this one because you can't track mileage. I want to be able to track mileage. I want my app to be all inclusive, but you can do payroll and little things like that. And the pricing is not that bad. Let's do a compare and contrast. Wave to QuickBooks Self-Employed. So let's see. You can do so for free, right? You can send invoices and you can apply to take payments for free, right? And then for free, you track income and expenses. You know, you can do all that stuff, keep up with that, and looks like you can connect your bank. So you could get a profit and loss. That's cool. Connect your bank. You can do some bookkeeping. So free, you could do everything I like except for the mileage. You can't do the mileage on there. So I'd rather pay at 1095, right? And then to connect payments, you have to pay. Yes. Yeah.
You got some more grapes.
I can't eat an apple.
I'll eat more.
I'm gonna work on my nerves.
Thank you.
You didn't eat today?
As soon as Kimmy was done cooking, that's when I ate.
Okay, let's see. All right, let's go back. So Wave has a free feature. You can start there. Let's look at FreshBooks before I go to my favorite. Let's see what FreshBook offers. So, I'm looking, okay, so they got the mileage tracker. All right, they might have my attention. Let's see what they're working with. Is it all in one? Let's see. Might have my little attention a little bit because you got to track that mileage. Got to track that mileage. Okay, it's doing before and after. All right, let me see what the pricing. Let's see what comes with the pricing. All right, let's see how it works out. So for $6, you get, okay, so you don't get the mileage tracker with the $6 subscription. Let's see. With $12 subscription, let's see. No, if you can't track mileage, I'm not getting in it. I gotta have the mileage with it all. Let's see. Which one? Right here. Okay, so right here, are those add-ons? Oh. So it looks like I'm gonna see if it's an add-on. Manage your business. Okay, so for $6, so you have the, what's this one called? This one's called Fresh. So if you want to look into Fresh, they got a sale. Okay, Fresh, I see you. Not familiar with that one. I use the Intuit products because I also file my taxes with Intuit products. So that's why I use the self-employed one, because I also file my taxes with TurboTax, and all of that are QuickBook. I mean Intuit, the company Intuit. He said cooking is therapy. I'm teaching my I'm teaching my 13-year-old nephew how to cook. Because he don't need to be relying on nobody. He better be able to get in that kitchen. All right, so boom. So here's it's 15 bucks. So see, this is, I like this one because you got the mileage tracker.
You talking about
Turn light on. Yep. You got the mileage tracker. So that's why I like that one. So you guys should get a an actual app, because it does help out with business. It helps out with business a lot. And so what I'm going to show you in a second on what you need to have when you're going to try to get these grants, what they look for, what they ask you for. You have to have this, you have to have these documents ready and available. And if you already have the documents ready and available, then you don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about trying to get ready. But guess what? You will already be ready. And then you could thank me later. You can thank me later. All right, so I have the QuickBooks Self-Employed one. And then guess what? Whatever you pay for your subscription, you get to write it off anyways. Excuse me. You get to write it off. So you should be fine. All right, so we're going to go back. Let's see. So I'm going to give you the list again. You could take your time and you could go through this list, and it's just some of them. There's plenty of others. If you're doing TaxSlayer, you could definitely write off your taxes debt. Zion, here you go. I just put some little, you know, I turn it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what number do I put in?
Oh, 400. So hit bake, hit start, and then the arrow, put it up to like 415.
Okay.
And then put some aluminum foil with this.
Okay.
And in about 30 minutes, we'll check it. In a minute with your little vegetables. Time that up. All right, so here we go. So boom, you can go here. If you don't have a QuickBooks Self-Employed app, you can go to open, right? You could go to new. You go to template gallery. And you could put in, or you could scroll down rather. And you could look for profit and loss or financials. Hold on, let me go back. Oh, search, that's what I want to go. You can put in financial statements. Let me just pull some up. And it will give you instructions on how to create these, okay? And so if you go through the instructions and you just follow, you could just keep this as a template. This is a template, right? And you can list out all of your transactions that you want to do. If you click right here, it will see what you're doing. Are you doing sales? Are you doing advertising, office supplies, truck, insurance? It has all the different categories: car, equipment, repairs, legal, contractual, travel, meals and entertainment, utilities, rent, loan expense, taxes, licenses, and you can customize some expenses, right? Now, where this is coming from, right, is if you go here and you put in, if you're a sole proprietor and you're following a Schedule C, you following a Schedule C on your tax returns, that financial statement expense categories are coming from here. as you notice, and it's practically almost in order of your expense categories, right? Because that's what you need to be keeping up with. You can list them here, and that's what it's automatically, it'll give you a chart, right? It'll give you a chart, let you know your historical trends, what you're spending, when, where, what you lost, it give you your 3 high sales, 3 lowest sales, your most profitable months, right? Your least profitable. Like, it does it for you. Like, Google hook you guys up. Profit and loss, it will put these items where it needs to go by month, right? This is automatic. You don't even have to go and do it. It's doing it for you. So when a bank or a financial lending institution, they ask you for these documents, you could just go here and just pull it. It's right there, right? These are the categories, right? It'll tell you expense, cost, good, or revenue. If you change it, then you have to come over here and change your categories. But you don't want to change it because remember what I just told you. This is already in order. Your business expenses. Most recent current one must I add. Okay. If you have an expense on here that you don't normally, that you use that's not there, you could just scroll down, right? And you could customize it and add them right here. Okay. Balance sheet. It's already putting those numbers there for you. You don't have to be an accountant or go figure it out. It already has it. It will give you your numbers. You don't even have to go. Once you do your transactions, these numbers are going to automatically start to filter there. All right. All right. So it'll show you everything except for the income statement, but they usually ask you for the balance sheet and your profit and loss. Recurring. So you should go to Google Docs and you should put in financial statements, and you should definitely keep this at your exposure if you are doing business. If you don't want to pay for the accounting system, you must be track your mileage on paper. It's cool though. You can do that. So let's go to new. Let's go. I don't want to do that. Let's go new here. Let's open a new spreadsheet. And let's put, oh gosh. Hold on, I went too far. Let's go to search and let's put mileage. Mileage log. Let me see, I might have one. Let's see if it'll come up under Google Sheets. Mileage log. Okay, let's see. It's okay. We could go to we can scroll down and see if one is here. If not, we can always, let's see. We can always go to a regular Excel document and go to file and go to new template. This is regular Excel. Go to your search bar and put in mileage. Bam. So here's a mileage log, right? And this is a mileage log. So this is the other one you would need, right? So if you're not using an app, you would have to do this manually. These are the reports. So the one I just showed you, mileage log. Why? Because this is, you're going to need, these are inspectable items for taxes, okay? So I want to keep you honest, okay? All right, so you have your financial documents, you have your mileage. So if you're going in to try to get something. So now let's talk about, and I don't know, let me see if I could Google it. I created my own, but let's see. Let me see if I could Google a template. Grant abstract. template. I have one of my own, but I just want to show you how you could get this stuff yourself. Let's go here. As I just want to show you how you could write this stuff. It's not very difficult at all. And you could really come up with this on your. You can at least get into the ballpark, and then you could go to one of the agencies and ask them for help. So this is a cover letter. And you see how, let me show you something. It's telling you exactly how to write it. Like, none of this stuff is hidden. You could really put this stuff together on your own, right? You put the name of the agency, the date, the name and title, the organization, the address, who you're writing, whoever the point of contact is. Put your organization name and you could, what I would do, I would write it exactly the way it's telling me to do it. And then I would go back and I would revise it and I would make it out my own. But you would already have the order, because sometimes some people just haven't really realized how to write and transition the wording and what they need to say. They go on and on and on. Nobody wants to read all that. It needs to be straight to the point at one page. Tell them who you are, how much you're requesting, and a description of your project, a small description of your project. And some of your projects are entirely too long. Y'all doing too much. Y'all are trying to change the whole state, and it's just you. You don't have any staff. You don't have no contractors. You don't have no supporting services. You don't have no employees. You don't have no partners, but you want a meal. Come on, y'all. Stop that. You cannot listen. I don't know if you've done a training program before, but if you're one person, you probably only could possibly train a good 10 to 25. If it's your first time, you might want to stick to 10 to 15, 5 to 10. It's overwhelming. It could be very overwhelming. Then you want to do the main objective of the project, right? And what its objective and how long it's going to take. What's the time period? What do you plan to achieve? What measures you're going to take? Right? What is the key goals? Right? How you plan to implement it? And then let them know, hey, look forward to partnering with you. That's the cover letter. All right. Then boom, goes into executive summary, tells you how to break that out. So look what I'm going to do for you. Let me help you all out. We're going to put it in now. I actually have part of this and I'm probably going to add to it. Let's put it on a Word document. Let's do this. Watch me create this real quick. I'm gonna give you half the battle. And then when you start going to these people, you start looking for help. I'm gonna tell you the people you need to go talk to after you at least drafted this, okay? All right. So we got that. We're gonna do this. And I'll send this to you guys. You could Google it yourself and make it your own. I'll send it to you, but you gotta at least send me a cash out. I got scholarships I need to be getting ready for at the beginning of the year. I don't mind coming on here and share information, but you gotta donate something. I'm trying to help some young high school students. I can't help them. You guys gotta help donate. Okay. Help donate to the cause. Help donate to the cause. Watch how I put this together for you. And I'll send this to you if you give me a donation. I ain't gonna give it to you if you don't send me no donation. It's like, do not reinvent the wheel. I'll send you the link too. Let's see. You got to build your table of contents. I'm gonna help you out. because I want you guys to go out there. Some of you guys are very capable of putting this stuff together. You just have to, somebody just have to give you a little guidance, that's all. And then you can make it do what it do. That's about it. And I'll be the person to help you. Might want to save this video. I haven't done this in a long time. I have a different one that I put together for myself. But I'm going to do this for scratch. It makes for conversation for me. Helps me get the information right. So I like to draft it while I'm in the process of doing. Now I'll make it all pretty in a second. Let me just get all the information on here that you need. And I don't care if you take the information and teach somebody else, it won't bother me one bit. As long as we all understanding what we need to do. Because there's too many people in the world for you not to get it together, you know? I'm helping you come up with your information to write your program, to write your grant. A lot of people want nonprofits, but they don't even know how to do this part. You got to know how to do this part. You got to know. If you don't know, you're going to they're not going to fund you. And to be honest with you, you could do it because you know your program, you know what you want to do. You just have to sit and think it through. You really have to sit and just think it through and just write it out. And it's okay if you don't get it politically correct because there's people out there to help you for free. Teach you how to get it exactly the way you want it. But the idea of what you're doing, you know that. You just have to put it in perspective. You could do this. You could do it. I'm going to help you. I'm going to break it all the way out. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. We're just going to grab the information. This stuff is free and public knowledge. That's why I'm teaching you how to put it together. I don't want to write it for you. I want you to write it on your own because you're fully capable to do so. I'll put the template together for you and you could be off with the races. Off with the races. I could really, depending on my energy level this evening, I can actually put one together off the top of my head. I can show you how to do it. I'm gonna go into it. Let me this part right here goes with your goals, so you gotta make sure. And if it helps you frame it, right? So you could kind of understand what you got going on when you break it out. When you break this stuff out. And man, it'll come together. And guess what? You'll be so proud of yourself. You'll be so proud of yourself. Once you really, it takes time. As you can see, I'm building the template. It takes time. And this is why it costs. You know, people get upset because folks charge them so much to write a grant. But you're about to see in a second, this stuff takes time. I got a little time on my hand right now. So I'm kind of in my little zone. I ain't had nobody to talk to. The game is, football season. When football season come in, you could forget it, honey. If there's a game on and it's your boo's favorite team, honey, they is watching the game. They is not worried about you. So I let him watch his game and I come over here and I talk to y'all. Let's see. All right. I have a different one I'm gonna put right here, but I'll just use this statement until I draft it out. I'll come back and I'll change this right here because I have a different little matrix I like to use, but I'm gonna just leave it like that for right now. And then the budget, we're gonna get this right because I'm gonna help some of you guys, some of y'all, some good people out there, and y'all have some good ideas. Nobody just never showed you what to do. And man, once I give y'all the blueprint, because look, all you have to do is draft it. You don't have to know everything. The people gonna help you with it. You just gotta draft it. I'm gonna give you something for that right there. Okay, I like this one. All you have to do is draft it. I'm gonna show you something. And somebody else will make it pretty for you. But you at least gotta know what's going on, y'all. You can't just be getting people to do stuff and you don't even know what's in your plan. You don't even know how to make it make sense. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to do better, train y'all better than this. I'm gonna help you tonight because guess what? It's only 8:35 and I got nothing but time. And I don't mind if you take it and go share it with somebody else. Let me see. So it's different stuff out there, but okay, we're gonna work with this right now for a little bit, okay? I need to stop sharing for 1 second and I need to get something out my email that I can share with you for the do I want to do that? Yeah. It's one more area of information that is missed. And I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna add that to it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Let me add that to it. And then this way you have both. I'm gonna help you make it make sense. All right, let's see. All right, let me just copy. Let me copy this little part right here. Because I want this right here to be your program budget one. Do I want that to be a program budget? I think that I want that to be a program budget. I'll double back. I'll think about it for a second. I'm gonna double back and I'm gonna think about it for a second. Let me go here. All right. Now I'm gonna draft this. Peace, power, and profit. Thank you guys. I hope you guys are gaining some information. Make sure that you listen. I'm gonna share what you need. And I'm gonna give it all the way down to the nitty gritty, but I'm gonna need y'all to show me just a little bit of love. I got a scholarship that I give out. Let me show y'all my scholarship every year, and I already have 2 investors. So I got 4 scholarships, 6 to give out so far. I'm gonna show y'all my scholarship I give out every year. I need you guys to invest so I can put the money away, start putting the money away, because April 1st, I give out scholarships when I go down to Louisiana, to my hometown. And I take all my donations, and then I usually do an award ceremony. As a matter of fact, I still have award. Oh my God, don't let me see that. I give out some really good awards though, for real. I have to really start looking out for my students, because it's about that time. And I really would like to, I need to, you know what? Yes, I'm about to surprise a student. I have a student that I was supposed to award. As a matter of fact, I have 2 students I was supposed to award. Let me look at my fund and see how much I got. I think I'm gonna get them before the end of the year. I'm gonna surprise them. Let me show you my little scholarship. Not little. So I give out a $500 scholarship to as many students as I can if I raise the money. Let me find my flyer. Here it is. Let me find my flyer. And I have a specific cause, and because I would like them to write. The students need to write more. I don't even require much of them. Yeah, this is it. Let me download it so I can show it to you guys. This is my scholarship. So if you donate to me, this is where I give it out every April 1st. So I'm gonna take a this is my commercial break. Here it is. This is my commercial break. So I have it's called the Lamb Basketball Scholarship. And you don't have to play basketball to apply. And this is going to say 2023, but we're not out of 22 yet, not owe a student a scholarship. Gotta have good character, 2.9 GPA, and they need to email 500-word essay to tcv29209@gmail.com. Why public service is beneficial to my career. Why public service is beneficial to my career. That's my essay, $500. And so this is why you guys should donate. All right. See how I get this thing off the screen now. How to maximize it. Let me keep it right there. See, just in case I need it again, I'm gonna keep it up so I can remind y'all. I do it for the young people. I give out information for the young people so people can donate to a sister, and I can support the little people's, the young people, our future leaders. Yeah, them. All right, so let's make this document. Let's make it look good. All right. So what we're gonna do right here, on the first page, you have a cover page, and what you want to do. Well, I don't want to do it like that. Let's do it like this. I'm gonna center it, and this is gonna be the title. So I'm gonna put insert title. So this is the title of your program. We're gonna center that. All right, and you want to use Times New Roman, and then 12 font. All right, so don't be using all that crazy font. Let me maximize this so you can see. Don't be just doing anything. All right, I know some people, you don't have to go to school, but some stuff is standard, and you do have to abide by academic rules. Okay. All right. So we have the title. Maximize it. Right. And then after the title, if you're applying to a particular grant, then you definitely want to make sure that you put that there. All right. Or let's do it like this. No, because I'm gonna put it, I think I'm gonna put it on the bottom. Yeah, So you could put the name, you could put the title, and if you apply for a particular grant, you could do grant title right here. And you could do response date here. And then you insert date there, like that. Then, hold on, let me get this shade color out. Man, I don't want this shade. It's okay. We'll just leave it like that for now. And then now, right here, I'm gonna use this stock image, and then I'm gonna just put something here. But what you would do is you would put a logo. We'll just add something right here. But for you, it's gonna be your company logo. All right. Oh Lord. I don't want to use that as a template. Let's use this. All right. So it'll be your company logo. You put that in the center. And then you'll come down the page. And we'll go to the left. And here you will put your company name. Where the heck is going? You put the company name. Uh-oh. Let me see, who's calling? And then you put the address. You'd add email. You could do phone. And you could put website. Website. You could put, and you could do requested amount. Requested amount. We could go. Right, like that. All right, so let's see what that looks like. It looks like this. So this is what your first page would look like. This would be your cover page. It would look like this. And I like to flush this to the bottom. Let's see. Make it go on another page, but back up, like that, right? So it will look like this. I know, let me, let's do this like, let's do that. You right. Let me change it. Let me change it. Let me change it. Let me change it. You're right. You're right. You're right. That's why I need some people to talk to me because in my mind, I know what it is, but someone else, you're right. They will say exactly what I said to type that in company name instead of their actual company name. All right. So boom. So that's what your cover page would look like. And this would actually be a company logo. If you don't have a company logo, right? You rolling on a budget. You could go to Fiverr and you could get one real cheap. And I suspect I would recommend you go get one there for just, the low. Don't be trying to be all out the box, spending all kind of money that you don't have. Just go get you something simple, And if you offer services, I would tell you to get on this and become a hired designer. You can make some money. So you can get all kind of logos, whatever you're into, get you a logo, whatnot. And pick you out one, you get a logo for $10, $10. There's so many people. Me, I just stick to one little design in my brand name and make it happen. Make it happen. You spend a couple bucks to get this done. Couple bucks. So go there, go to Fiverr, you can get one done. All right. All right, so let's keep it going. So we got the title page down pat. All right, now something else I want to show you. When you're setting up, because you want it to be page numbers, so you want to go to layout and you want, let's see, where do I want to go? Let's see, layout. Let me see, insert. If I do page number, page number. So go page number. Right here, you want to make sure that the first page does not have a number on it. So you're going to unclick show number on first page because you don't want the number to start on the first page. And then here at the position, you could put it, I usually put mine at the bottom of the footer, and I usually put it on the right. You could put it in the inside, the center, the left, outside, however you want. I usually put mine on the bottom right. Say okay. And then scroll down. And you will see it. See? There go your page number in the footer right there. Bam. All right. All right. So let's stroll out. So now the first thing, the next thing that goes right here is your cover letter. So let's bring this up. Next deal is your cover letter. Oh. Yeah, I need to take all of this out. Man. That's the way I'm using. I'm not using amounts. Because I could really take this stuff out. Undo the highlight. There we go. Bam. All right. So your cover letter will go there. So I'll keep that there. And then I will do this right here. My table of contents. And it would be just as such, because this is what's going to be included in your table of content. All right. So let's scroll down, and we will put the page numbers when we're done. We got to come back and put the page numbers because that gets messy. All right, so you got your executive summary. And we'll center the titles, right? And then these will be the subtitles, project purpose. And we'll take the purpose of these statements, we'll put them on a separate line. Right? So you have that, and I'll bold those. Oh shoot, what happened? I didn't want to do that. I'll bold these just so you know that you're writing to these areas. And all of that, all of this information makes up the executive summary. So all of this makes up the executive summary. So this is all about your organization, okay? It's all about the organization. Now, the project description, you start getting, here's where you could have, you have a nonprofit organization, right? And you write, this is what you want your organization to be about, okay? And then there's a grant come out for a specific reason. This information could stay the same. This information, now you want to write to a particular project, or you could just be writing it all to the particular project. It's a choice. But you have to know this right here. Who's your target audience? Not everybody. People already know you can't. I don't know why people think like that. You cannot write a program for everybody. You're going to have to narrow that down, especially if you don't have a staff. That's why some of you guys don't get funded. Unless you've broken out that entire budget, this whole who's going to be on your staff, basically you're letting them know that you're going to be hiring people, you know. You can't be talking about you got a program, your audience is 100 people. 100 people drive me crazy. You need to narrow your scope and be realistic. And you can't have a company, an organization that does everything. There's no way you could do everything. You need to narrow that all the way down and build on it. The more money you get and the more staff you can create. All right. How are you going to reach them? This is your marketing. So I'm going to change that to marketing plan. All right. What will you do to serve them? The program description project. Let me go back. This right here, you're gonna talk about what you're gonna do. What is the program? What the program consists of? How you gonna break it out? You giving some track classes, you know, you're gonna workshop, seminars. Let me just say that. Workshops, seminars, training sessions, trainings, conferences, that kind of thing. You're doing camps, you know, that kind of thing, right? What makes your organization uniquely positioned? Maybe you've already done it before, right? So you have to talk about historical track record. Of the project. Have you done it before? All right. Then how you plan to implement the project? Definitely. You got to talk about how you plan to implement it. Right? Oh, let me see. I think I need to switch it. I think I need to switch something real quick. Hold up. And this right here would go right here. And then I think that I need to and I think this over here is the duration. Yep. Like that. Yep. And then this one is what you're gonna do. And then what's the impact gonna be? All right. So right here, you have to think about the benefit to the community. Who benefited from it? Benefits the community. Who benefited? Who let's do like this. Let's see. Who benefited from the project? And how? Benefit. Yep, like that, like that. All right. All right, so boom. That would be that. And then, let me see. Yep, your goals and objectives. And you have to be realistic, on these goals, right? And these objectives. You can't just kind of, and you can't be all over the place. You really have to kind of narrow it out. We'll talk about that. Let's keep going. Let's break this to another page. And then the evaluation plan. The evaluation plan. So the evaluation plan, all right, so we're gonna do this one a little different. So we're gonna say, we're gonna do it in a table so you can see it better. Let's do 2 and 2. Well, 3. Yep, 3 columns. So you say attendance, attendees, or enrollment. Let's do that. Let's say enrollment enrollment rate. And let's see, it said participants, and it says, oh yeah, participant, because everybody who signed up for enrolling in your program is not going to stay to participate. Rate. And then you have retainment, those who stayed. or attainment, I should say attainment. Or success rate or completion. Let's say completion rate. That might be better for you to understand. Completion rate. And then we'd say sometimes these projects could last a little while because you have to think about how you're going to raise more money too, because you have to have a fundraising piece in there, because depending on what you're doing. So we'll say fundraising projected amount. And then we'll say actual. Okay, so I should say fundraising, projected fundraising amount, and then actual fundraising. Actual fundraising amount. And then we could say all right, take that out. We could say and this would be pre, no, this would be sign-in roster. This is how we're gonna get this information. And this is gonna be this would be sign-in roster at orientation. This would be daily attendance roster. And then this one would be graduation roster. Or let's say certificate of completion. And then we can do that TBA on that, and we could TBA on that right there right now. And then we could so we have to decide how many people we would like to participate in our program. Let's say we're trying to attract 100%. And then how many we want to stay or to actual attend. Let's say we want at least 60% of the 100. In completion, let's say we want at least a success rate. Well, let's say we want 70%. 70% of 100 to at least show back up, or 80% of 100 to at least show back up. And then we want at least 60% of the 80% participants to complete the project. And this one is 80% of the enrolled group, enrolled attendees. All right. So that's good. And then on the budget, we're saying that after you put the organization name and it speaks for itself, and you just put in the dollar amounts right here, and be true to yourself. And then I have a different one that'll go over that. But this is pretty cool right here. I think I did a really good job. 8 pages. 40%, that's pretty low, 40%. I mean, you could do 40%. You can do whatever percentage you like. This is just an example when they say, what are the expected outcomes? How are you going to, oh, I know what I forgot to say. Also, I think I need to put that up here. Oh, I'll put it right here. Go back. A pre/post survey, because you want the participants in the class to complete the survey. Issued surveys issued. Oh. Surveys issued. Lord, what's wrong with me in the word survey? Surveys issued before first block of instructions and at the end of the program or project or whatever I said. Project. All right. All right. So yeah, so boom, there it is. Let me go all the way back up. I think I'm missing. Oh, here. I'm missing right here, location. Missing the location. And I'm missing price per participant. That's what I would add in there. And then I would also go so far here. Let's see how I will go here, and I would also put I will also add what's I gonna add? Think. Oh, who or no, where, oh no, who are your supporting partners? I would also add list key staff, personnel, and qualifications. Yes, I think I did great. All right, let me know what your questions are in the chat. I was in the zone a little bit, so I probably missed a couple things, but for the most part, let me see. Oh, I got Sunny. Hey, Sunny.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, you got any questions? How did I do?
You did great. I'm just listening.
Okay, no questions. So basically, I was just showing, there's a lot of programmatic money out there, small businesses, nonprofits, you name it. And so one of the things that people do not have when they go, when this funding is available is have their programs already written up, at least a draft anyway, and have their financial statements ready. So I shared where some money is at that you can find it, how to come up with these accounting statements, that you could get free templates on Google spreadsheet. Where's it at? Right here. And then how to come up with the actual grant itself. What do you think? I think I did good for 2 hours.
Yeah, I hopped on when as soon as you was talking about, well, shoot, I got time to teach on this. I was like, well, let me pop on there and listen, because at the same time, you know, I was just checking the aftermarket and seeing and measuring up everything for tomorrow.
Right. So yeah, it's a good little template threw together. You know, you can add to, take away, make it your own. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just build from it and then go through each category and write it out. I think that's it.
You should create your own book.
I have one. I'm working. I'm gonna release it. I tell you, I'm getting an honorary doctorate next year, so I'm gonna release it next year.
Fire.
Yeah. So I just started framing my thoughts again. Yep, I got my thing. I got it going. I'm gonna get it nice and right. Because when I was gonna do it, the government changed all the sites and things, and they would have been outdated. As soon as I put it out, it would have been outdated. So yeah. So I'm gonna definitely get that going sooner than never. And give some websites, show where to get some information, that kind of thing. All right, you guys. So let me go back. So I hope that some people benefited from this information. Where's stuff at? We got veteran stuff up and everything. Yeah. So yeah. Let me see if some people have some questions in the chat. Let's see what y'all got going on back there in the chat. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope it was helpful.
They didn't have no questions?
None, zero. He said, You know.
Well, let me ask you a question, right? So if you have someone that has just got out of jail, we'll say they only been out of jail 90 days, right? And they don't have no place to stay. They basically homeless or living in one of those
halfway
shelters.
house.
Yeah, halfway house, right? Now, how would you what would you tell them to apply themselves as far as creating their own business? Because they can't find work.
I would send them. The first thing I would do is tell them to go to Workforce. What state? Give me a state so I can build on it that way. Any state, don't matter.
I don't know, California, I guess, because I'm California.
Okay. So I would say, I would tell them, pull out your phone if you got one. If you don't have one, take out a piece of paper, write this down. Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, California, specifically whatever county or city that you live in. So give it to me. Give me the city. Well, we go wide open, California, and let's go, because job seekers. So workforce innovation is for dislocated workers, and that person would be classified that injustice. Let me see what's the word they used earlier. They called them injustice. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I gotta go back and find that word. They use the politically correct word. Now they changed it from reentry, but we'll use reentry for classroom purposes right now. But I'm gonna find it. So for those workers, they are classified as dislocated workers, right? And if you go to WIOA program and the Workforce Solutions, they help them get jobs. They also help them get trades. So I would tell them to go and let them pay for them to get a trade, right? Because we know the trade gives you a skill. You have a skill, you get your little license or your little whatever you qualify for, and boom, you're better able to get a job that way. And then if you can't get one,
Is it called
with this,
injustice social workers?
no, it's called, hold on, I'm gonna find it because the word was in this grant just a minute ago. Hold on. What I do with my stuff? Okay, it's here. It was in one of these. Let me see if I could control F it. Hold up. Control find.
Social justice.
Is it no, it's injustice. It was, hold on. We'll find it. Hold up. We ain't in no rush. It's just us. Find, search. It was injustice. I said, oh, that's what they're calling them now. I should have wrote it down. Oh no, I don't want to go to the net and look for it. I wanted to look in this document. Find. Let go. Injustice. Man. Okay, it wasn't particularly here. I must have been on this website. This workforce website. And they called it, hold on.
Absence of justice.
Dislocated work, absent, injustice. No, because the injustice was the first word. Dislocated workers for dislocated worker. And let's scroll down. That's what I get because I should have wrote it out. Don't worry, we'll find it. Anyways, dislocated workers is the word, and they have programs for different categories. Go ahead. And look, when you check on it,
you talking to me?
I'm talking to my nephew. And turn it over and then leave it in for like 10 more minutes, and then you could take it out, put some sauce on it.
Okay.
All right. So here we go right here. Layoff aversions and rapid response employment and training service for dislocated workers. This right here in this program, they will get them hired. There's funding out there for that. There's trade. They will pay for trades. They will pay for those quick licenses, CNA, for bottom, those different licenses out there, welding. There's a whole bunch of different tech, 3-month, 6-month, pharmacy, different trainings that they will pay for. So the question is whether or not they want to participate to get one of those licenses. And then if they're looking for being an entrepreneur, then I would ask, what are their interests, right? Because there's a lot of different things that you could do in reference to entrepreneurship. So I have to find out what their interest is and then teach them how to go to the business plan and write it up. Because here's what you got to think about. Depending on what their charge is going to be whether or not they can get a line of credit or anything from a financial institution. Some banks do, some banks don't. right? So if they have to build that capital on their own, then you have to know whether or not oh yeah. Put some sauce in the bed, Ray.
I'm so good. Oh
Some
my
sauce in the top of the cabinet. You can bring me two.
God. Oh,
There's some barbecue sauce in the top right.
okay.
Not the barbecue sauce.
Yeah, gotta try to teach my nephew how to cook. I forgot to tell him to do his vegetables. Yeah, so the best way if you're gonna start a business, and even if you're trying to get funding or you're not trying to get funding, and it's something you could build money on your own, you still need to write up a business plan, because if you don't have a plan and you start expanding and you do really good and you start hiring people and you ain't got your stuff together, man, that could make or break you. So you should go to bpplans.com and you could get any business plan you want. And you could take your time. If I was you, I'd take my time, I would download it, and I would do just what I did with this grant template. I would
But
draft
see, if they
out.
just got out of jail, then I don't think they know all that they might not be computer savvy. Say they've been in there since
That's
Steve
cool.
Jobs got locked. I mean, since Steve Jobs was arrested. I mean, went to jail. I said went to jail.
Okay.
Died.
Then I
And
have
they-
to ask them, what did they do when they were in there? I have to build on their strengths. What did you do when you were in there? If you just served time and you didn't get involved with anything, then were you a cook? Were you a food service person? Were you a janitor? Were you, I mean, come on, you had to do something. Did you just cause trouble? And if you
More
just
than
cause
likely,
trouble, you
that's
wanna keep
probably
kids-
if they was in the California
Well-
jail, they probably didn't get into any of that. So
well, if they
they
just
probably tell
cause
you
trouble,
they good at lying to women on in letters and making knives. So they hit you
Okay.
with that.
okay, then if they good at creating shanks, then design your own shank. Design your own shank and sell it. I'm just saying, you have to have, it's something you know how to do. I can work
But
with you.
how would they go about designing? Like what would be the steps that they would take? Like say if they were creative and they could be able to and they had an idea for the type of knives that they wanted, right? What would be the way that they
Right.
would go about that?
Okay, so let's see if they got one. We'd be surprised if they got one.
This
Like
is a code
this.
exercise. I'm gonna lighten up on it.
No, you don't have to lighten up. Because where there's a will, there is a way, baby. Hold
The
on.
funny part
I'll-
about it is I do know people like that. That's why it's kind of hilarious.
No, and I'm cool with it because I taught a re-entry program, so I feel I understand everything you're saying.
Okay, so would they be able to? So they start a business, right? Do they
Wait a
start
minute, you little
anything?
people. Huh? So the
Oh,
one
go
first
ahead.
thing I would say, because you started with the knife, I say go find out, if there's any knife making companies out there, how to make a knife, what makes for long lasting knives. Because you're gonna have to, and guess what? You don't have to know the internet. You could talk to Google and tell them what you want. So I don't want to hear none of that. You got to be able to help yourself. Can I make and sell knives? Right? You say create great knives, and how are you interested in selling them? There are many ways, avenues that you could take with this knife. So boom, right? You could sell online marketplaces, Amazon, Esther, knife farms, eBay. Create your own website. So we can make this happen. Hold on. Thank you. I told you
Give
on
us
two.
2 words.
That's fine. Right? Bam. How to start a knife making business. There you go. Let's work it out, because the only part of this business plan right? There you go. This is how to make knives. I do a whole training on teaching you how to come up with your company. What? What equipment
Nothing.
you need? Everything. What else you need to know? Let's get it. What's your next question?
Hmm. I mean, it's a whole lot better than the things I came up with because uh, the best thing I could tell people, especially if you trying to get out of your bad situation, is just start getting into that stock. So other than that, I can't really tell nobody nothing. So you'll have the best ideas. So I'm just thinking the different questions on that level.
But you getting it. See how I just made that work though?
Yeah. I mean, you great at what you do. Shoot.
You ready.
I
But
definitely took the smelling sauce. Sure, I woke up.
Mhm. And you could literally take any business plan. Only thing you're doing is taking out the whatever it is and putting in the knife piece
So what
and
type
break it
of
out.
business plan would they have for that though? Like, okay, bam, they find it, they come up with an idea of how they want to design them. They find a company that has durable knives. I mean, that creates durable knives, right? So what would be the major business plan that they would be able to produce off of that?
You say what? Wait, repeat it.
Okay, I was saying that they have the great idea for designs for the knives, right?
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
find this distribution company or a manufacturing company that can
Mm-hmm.
actually make durable knives, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is their business plan after that?
Here you go right here. This is everything right here. I'm telling you exactly how to make it, step-by-step guide. The tools,
No,
everything.
they passed that part. They made that
Oh yeah, to
they
write it up. So then you have to decide. Then you have to decide. So let's do this. Let's do this.
or better yet,
Well,
how would they contract
simple.
to uh to the company? Say
Oh,
they
they gotta get out there and they gotta market themselves. You have to know your pitch, you have to know your brand, you have to know what you're offering. If you want to be able to sell it, you got to get out there, you got to know what you're selling, and you got to pitch it just like any other company. It's no different. It is no different than any other company. Only difference is you have a knife and I got a smoothie.
I think that now this is just my own opinion, right? But I think that more people need to tell people that it doesn't matter what you're trying to get into, right? It's I always use rappers as an example. It's just like rap. Like it ain't no just like a lot of people think that, oh yeah, because I know how to rap, I could just jump into it and I'm win. Like you have to know all of the things that's included as far as business aspects, the marketing, everything. How much
Mhm.
proceeds you should get per tour, how many tours you should do per week. Like
Yep.
all of these different things make a big difference, right? And knowing that. But a lot of people don't be telling people when they be like, oh yeah, you should be an athlete or you should be a basketball player or you should be this or you should be that. They don't tell them everything that comes with it. Because it's like you're
Wait,
really not gonna make it if you don't know everything that comes with it. And
is
that's
the
what people don't be saying.
responsibility? Wait, is the responsibility on the messenger or the participator?
It's on the messenger because unless you're just trying to do some
Okay. We went away. He went away, y'all. I may be talking to somebody. But anyway, this was a good practical exercise. BB plans, you can get any business plan out there. So if you guys trying to have an idea, you're trying to make sure you do it right, go to BB plans. You get any business plan, I would encourage you to download it and start from it and then revisit it and then work it out and make it your own. Okay. Work it out and make it your own. That's how it works. And I will definitely end on that note. Peace, power, and profit.